This is a quick look at the Sanrenmu 7117 LUX. This was purchased from GearBest, and I would consider this knife a multi-tool EDC. It's made of aluminum brown colored anodized scales on both sides, and it has a very nice spade blade. I guess you can call it a clip point blade if you'd like, which is as so. It has a satin finish, full flat ground, and has the brand name and description right there on the other side. No jimping on the blade, and it has a liner lock, pretty decent lockup. Blade play in the vertical direction, none. Side to side, none. And as this is a multi-tool, it does have other functions. The saw blade, which is as well locking via the liner. It is tapered. It's kind of hard to see here, but it's thinner on the spine and thicker at the edge, so it doesn't bind up when you're sawing through wood, which is nice. Only thing is it's rather short, but in a pinch it'll do. Has a pocket clip, which is only for tip down, but it's okay for left and right hand carry, or not. I thought it was. It's just okay for right hand carry. And the ergonomics for the blade are pretty good, even though it's boxy, but you have enough area to get a comfortable grip. And if you actually put your pointer finger inside the cutout for the opening pocket, the thumb stud, it actually locks in quite nicely. So while it doesn't have any grooves in the way of finger choils and such, it does have a slight ramp right here. So when you put your hand with the finger in the thumb stud hole and the thumb on the ramp, it does feel quite comfortable. Blade, as you saw me opening it earlier, is very nice. It deploys very smoothly. Even though it's recessed, that cutout and the elevated thumb stud off of the handle allow you to get a good grip, and failing the deployment like that, no, kidding, that was a bad deployment on my part. If you get it properly like that, it just hops out. No wrist action is necessary. Very smooth. And you can't see it here, but there are two different kinds of washers on each side. Actually, there's not one on each side. It's a black material followed by a bronze color, kind of phosphor bronze, I guess, but a very thin one touching the blade on each end, and the black one touching the scales or the liners, you could say. Fit and finish is pretty nice. The only problem, not really a problem, but if I'm nitpicking, there are gaps between the anodized handle scales and the anodized handle scales and the liners. So you could probably actually see it right there. You can see the white background through the top scale here and the liner as I shift it. So fit and finish is lacking in certain aspects, such as that, but it's minor. There's also a glass breaker at the back. And the only cons I could say to this are that the blade are quite short, but because the handle itself is rather short, it's limited, and you can't really do anything about that. Overall, it's a pretty nice knife. I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10. Just for size comparison, I'll show you some other multi-tools. I have here a Leatherman Fuse. The closed configuration compares like so. If you compare it to the blade, as that's probably the second most used tool for me. Looks like so. Pretty decent. That is it. Thanks for watching.